RAM Nexus. Let's get straight into this. This is Starfield running on Xbox Series X. These are the specs for my PC, mid-range by today's standards. Note my CPU is about 5 years old. I am using Ultra Display presets, but have turned off dynamic resolution scaling and set the game to upscale from 1440p to 4K. Using AMD's FSR2 upscaling solution. Here are the limited display settings on the Xbox. Note, Starfield on Xbox does support high dynamic range, but you'll see there is no means to enable or control it within Starfield. Instead, use the Xbox console's own HDR settings, including calibration settings. As reported by Digital Foundry, Starfield on Xbox Series X is generated at 1440p and upscales to an ultra high definition 4K output. This video was easier to make as Starfield on the Xbox Series X and Xbox for Windows can make use of Microsoft's cross-save feature, allowing Starfield to sync save games between my Xbox and PC. As a Play Anywhere game, Starfield can be bought once and played on both Xbox and Windows. Have a look at these comparisons between the Xbox Series X and PC on an Ultra preset, but with the dynamic resolution scaling off and FSR2 upscaling used from 1440p to 4K.
Kevin and Estes has run into some trouble.
This is just a quick side-by-side graphics comparison between Xbox Series X and my mid-range PC. They seem very similar, though draw distances cannot really be assessed here. It's just the first look. Footage for both was captured in lossless 4K but downscaled to 1080p as part of the frame rate measurement process. Here are the settings available on PC. I will not go through all of these. There are many other YouTube videos which go into them in great detail and do a very good job. Note that, unlike Xbox, the PC version does not come with support for high dynamic range, though you can force it through Windows settings. Like many others, I've experienced washed out black levels when playing on PC, and since there is no contrast, brightness or gamma settings in Starfield's PC display menu, I have to resort to making adjustments within the NVIDIA control panel. One interesting thing to note about Starfield is that, compared to other recent PC releases, it makes heavy use of the CPU and does not lean in as hard on the GPU to run the game. Overall, this is probably a good move, but not so much for me. With my 5-year-old Intel chip, I find my game is now CPU limited. As such, most of the graphics settings have little impact on my PC's frame rate when running the game. As you can see from my PC setup, there is little impact to performance between the high and the ultra presets. The difference is there, but it's small and quite constant. Fellow Aussies over at Hardware Unboxed just put out a great video exploring this issue, and I recommend you go and have a look if you want to learn more. The render resolution scale option does impact frame rate for me though. RRS sets the actual resolution the game is generated in before it is upscaled to your monitor's resolution via AMD's FSR2 upscaling solution. The upscale percentages are displayed on your screen. One issue I do have with the PC graphic has to do with this sickly green filter effect in New Atlantis. You really do notice this colour filtering when you transition from indoors to outdoors. I understand Starfield generates light shades on planets based in part on atmospheric composition, which is cool and makes sense, but it does not make this filter effect any less unpleasant. That's the only word I can use. It does remind me of a couple of other previous Bethesda games. You may remember Fallout 3 had a heavy green filter, and good old New Vegas had an orange shade, but both of course could be and were removed with a fan-made mod. Colour in New Atlantis is for me quite unpleasant. I think I'll just stay indoors. Eesh. The audio in this game is very impressive. I noticed this even in the trailers. The creaking of metal as your ship banks is very immersive. The sound you hear of the ship landing is amazing to me. I could hear it long before I could see it. Its engines generate almost a Doppler effect as it flies closer and slows down. The sound of the engines winding down can be heard even after the ship is occluded from view. But I have to wonder, here on Earth's moon, in the vacuum of space, how is it I can hear the sound of that ship landing? Well, in my personal Starfield headcanon, when in the vacuum of space, my helmet uses an AI tool to generate indicative sounds for me. Ship landings, footfalls, weapon discharge. Utilising my personal head-related transfer function, this AI tool displays the sound as coming from where the sound source actually is. Cool, that explains it. Yeah, you're welcome, Bethesda. Thank you very much for choosing to spend your time to watch my video. I really do appreciate it. Give me a like if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment on what you saw and anything I said. I'll read through them and reply. Subscribe and check out my channel to see more analyses of Bethesda games. Okay, cheers. Ramnexus out.